It's your daughter that's the patient. How long has she been a patient here?
She has been a patient now, I would say about 5 or 6 months. Well, it wasn't for any injury or anything of that nature. She came to my husband and I 2 years ago, and she has some developmental disability and some physical disability because of that. And just watching her move and carry herself, and clearly some scoliosis in her spine, I thought it would be very good for Dr. Case to at least give us an assessment and see what might be available to her. And so she's actually been receiving treatment since then and has made amazing progress on the scoliosis itself, but just in general well-being as well. If you looked at her back before, her shoulder blades were not only uneven up and down, but one actually stuck out much further than the other. So there was all sorts of kind of twisting going on in there. And I think that had a lot to do with just kind of help her balancing and finding her own positioning in space. So it was really nice to see that change is happening. It's not perfect, but you can clearly see that they're much more parallel with each other, both horizontally and vertically. So it's really neat to see that. I mean, one of the big challenges she had was like figuring out how she fit in the space around her, like how much space she took up, or placing her feet well on the floor, kind of stability sort of things. And we've definitely seen improvement in as well. So she doesn't stomp around the house as much anymore, which, you know, some of it is reminding her, but the other part is I think she actually knows where her feet are in relationship to the rest of herself. So she can kind of feel where she's at instead of just kind of guessing. She sleeps better. I think when she goes to sleep, she falls asleep better. But when she gets up in the morning, she's ready to go, and she goes until we make her lay down. So, so I don't know that that's changed. But focus is better. Sometimes not always to our advantage, I have to say. Sometimes she's focused on something so much that she forgets to pay attention to other things going on around her, but she is doing much better that way. Well, I think what I would say for chiropractic care is have them screened. If nothing else, have the doctor come and look at them and say, you know, your concerns are legitimate, or it may not be what you think it is. For us, it clearly you could see things weren't laying out properly. So I'd say for me, the concern for her was I didn't want to wait for so long and then her deal with this as a teenager. I'd have to deal with back braces and all of the other kind of more aggressive and I would consider invasive treatments that could happen with severe scoliosis. So for me, it was a lot more preventative, and even if it doesn't, quote, fix the problem, she's in a better place later in life when she starts that puberty and that next set of rapid growth, that we have it as stable as possible.